The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization and World Health Organization, recently held a national stakeholders meeting towards the finalization of the Adolescent Action Plan for St. Vincent and the Grenadines from August 29 through 31st. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines recognizes that adolescents are the country's most vulnerable resource, and investing in adolescent health and development reaps benefit for the adolescent and the entire society. In 2014, the Adolescent policy was approved to empower adolescents to recognize and realize their full potential in life through the provision of effective health promotion, prevention, care, and supportive environment. However, the government is now requiring an action plan to operationalize activities outlined in the policy. Considering that SVG have initiated the development of an adolescent action plan, the recent launch of the AHA provides an excellent opportunity to utilize the guidance and information provided in this reference document to update and finalize the plan. The workshop was aimed at bringing together stakeholders in furthering the process of developing a national plan of action aligned with the AHA, the Global Strategy for Women, Children, which will continue to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. The specific objectives were to sensitize the key stakeholders to the situation of adolescents and their health in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to share the St. Vincent Adolescent and Youth Policy Accelerated Action Plan for Adolescent Health Care and Draft Action Plan, and to ensure full participation of key stakeholders in the process of developing the National Action Plan. Hi, so we're here with a facilitator of this workshop, and she's pretty much going to give us a brief overview of it and how has it been going so far.
Okay, thank you for having me. My role here is to facilitate the development of the plan of action for adolescent health for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And this is just one aspect of what we'll be doing. It is actually a stakeholders meeting, which includes the adolescent, because it's very important that adolescents be involved in the development of programs starting from the beginning, not bringing them in at the back end. And so we're receiving their inputs, and they are the key stakeholders into what will become the plan of action.
What is their response towards this? Do they feel overwhelmed, or are they actively participating in the process?
I think there's a mix, because we have a mixed group. The reviews from yesterday were very good, because I think they learned quite a bit. They were getting a different perspective, and of course this is the first time that they would have seen that the country has a policy and plan of action, so that was new for them. It's also new for some, because we have different age groups that are here. So there are some who are more aware of what the concerns and issues are, and are in leadership positions, which is very good, whereas some are new to the whole business of adolescent health. But it's a good group, and they came up this morning with their vision statement. And yesterday they were very good at enumerating what they thought were the priority issues that should be addressed.
Nice. Okay, what encouragement would you give to St. Vincent and the Grenadines in terms of getting it right to get us where we need to be in terms of our policy and the action working together?
Well, I first have to congratulate the country. It's not every country that has an adolescent health policy, so that's a big start. However, we now have to work to ensure the implementation of the plans. Right? Once we have finished the plan of action, the implementation, and there's a key area that needs to be addressed. In the policy, there's a coordinating mechanism, and it is important that that be institutionalized so that it can offer the direction to the adolescent programs and ensure that they are executed and on time, and that could be the oversight body that does the monitoring and evaluation, or receives the reports, the monitoring and evaluation reports, and offers guidance to the whole team and process.
So we're here with one of the participants in this workshop. You're going to tell me a name, who you represent.
My name is Shamik Miller Oliver, and I'm the district coordinator for Stubbs Police Youth Club.
How have you found this workshop so far?
I find it very educational and enlightening, and since I've been here, I've learned a lot about adolescent health, especially. And I have a lot of information to go back because I mostly manage adolescents. So when I go back, I have information too. So when they ask me questions, I can tell them.
How beneficial you think the information that you learn here will be to you in the job that you do and the Police Youth Club?
Very beneficial in that I know that especially for the adolescent health and the adolescent sexual health, and so I know that it will be important to them and they will use it for their knowledge.
Hi, can you tell me your name and what youth club you represent?
My name is Joshua Denny and I'm the president of the Camden Park Adolescence Group.
Tell me, this is day 2 for you at this workshop. How beneficial have you found it so far?
It's really been beneficial. I mean, I've learned a lot since I've been here about the adolescents and the adolescence policy.
Okay, you're being incorporated in the planning and the decision making. As an adolescent, how does this make you feel?
It feels like because this is an important role, so I feel like I'm important and I can give my input to this policy. Mm-hmm. Right.
And how do you think the other youngsters have been responding to the information that has been given?
Well, they've cooperated very well, so I think that they like what they're hearing and they're the one who's giving the input, so yeah.
All right, any encouragement you want to give to any youths? As a president of the Camden Park Youth Arm, what encouragement you give to youths?
Stay in school.
Hi, what is your name and what youth arm do you represent?
My name is Naya King and I'm representing the Kittles Police Youth Club.
How have you found this 3 days for the workshop and this is day 2. How have you found it so far?
I found it very cooperative. It's been nice for the 2 days. I've been learning stuff that I didn't know before. And I find that when I learn them, I can go out and tell other adolescents about them.
They're talking about policy and how these things affect young people. You're a part of the decision-making process. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel good that I'm an adolescent and that I get to help to create other better adolescents, tell them about good stuff. It makes me feel good.
How have the other adolescents been responding?
They've been responding very well. They've been cooperating as well. I thought at first when I walked in like no one was going to talk to me, but then I see I've been making plenty of friends and yeah.
Okay, what's the most challenging part of this process?
The draft action plan.
All right, what encouragement it's back to school time. School starts on Monday. What encouragement you give to youngsters?
Stay in school. It's fun to join youth groups, not because you join youth groups to think nothing gonna happen, but it's very fun.
Well, the workshop, which has been scheduled for 3 days, we have been looking at developing an adolescent action plan. We are working with youths as well as an intersectoral group, and together they are putting the mission, the vision, and all the different aspects of the action plan together through discussion. The action plan is guided by the PAHO regional strategy as well as the AHA methodology as it relates to adolescent health and development.
So we're here with Darlene O'Meara, and she represents PAHO. She came all the way from Barbados to share with the youths and pretty much assist them in this process. Can you tell me what is your role here and how has the process been so far?
Well, a couple of months ago, the Ministry of Health of St. Vincent approached PAHO with the request of technical assistance to develop an adolescent action plan, being that the government already had a policy and had been 2 years since this was not, rolling out, and felt like it was time enough to have an action plan. Coincidentally, PAHO WHO had launched the Accelerated Action Plan for Adolescent Health. So we thought it would be the best time to ensure that the St. Vincent's Action Plan is linked with the global action plan that PAHO WHO has. So the whole objective of the meeting now is to work on that action plan with inputs from the stakeholders and from the main adolescents as well, and to ensure that this is somehow compliant with the global accelerated action plan.
How has the response from the adolescents been?
I must say they are very active, very participant, and the ideas have been very useful. Particularly today we were looking at some of the ideas that came out for the vision, which I think were very unique. And some of the issues, concerns that they expressed that they would like to be captured in the action plan were also very important, and it's giving us a lot of inputs.
Okay. When this is completed, what would it mean for us here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in relation to our adolescents?
Okay, the following steps would be, at this point, once we have the document well-developed draft, we'll do another consultation to ensure all the stakeholders are agreeing with this plan. And the next step would hope that all the stakeholders involved would be having some sort of signing agreement of this document, have it launched, and then have the steering committee set up, which would be the committee in charge of rolling out the whole activities agreed in this action plan. So that's what we're hoping for, to, at least have it finished this year and then have the activities rolling out next year.
The expected outcomes are that there will be an agreed mission and vision statements, and that participants will be knowledgeable about different strategic approaches that will inform the plan of action and will contribute to the alignment of the draft plan with these strategies, both globally and regionally.